Good morning, or first 9 through 1. I'm your host of that show.
Hi, I'm Jeff Simmons, the host of the Simmons Says Show.
And we are live at what used to be for me the Gary Steele's Karate Place. And so I love it. We're doing another combo show today. We have a lot to talk about on today's show, a lot of recapping and a lot of the Warren County Way news articles. Y'all are killing it.
Thank you.
I mean, what are you feeding Lisa Hobbs? You need her to tell Simmons to raise her some money.
Don't get too far into that one, Lisa. She actually got a little stomach bug last week. She said she might have a little food poisoning. So whatever we were feeding her last week might not have been the best thing. But no, she's doing a great job. So
I love it.
She's doing a great job. Solon's doing a great job. We're having a lot of fun over the Warren County Way.
Yeah.
Of course, a lot of the information we're getting to post is coming straight from Warren first.
Yeah,
So
it's
kind of works.
all, and that's one thing I'm glad to have Jeff on too today. We're going to try to do 1 or 2 days out of the month to do some collab shows together. But we're going to answer all your questions, and I'm going to let Jeff answer too about how we're collaborating. Are we one? Are we separate? We'll get all into that later. But first, we want to get into, because we are live on location.
Yes.
And we have with us the owner and operator of this fine establishment, Caesar, and then his PR man, Mr. Scott Lindsay.
Yes, sir.
So explain, okay, I know this as Gary Steele's Karate. When did you purchase this? When did it change over? What is it called now? Go.
So first off, longtime student of Gary Steele Karate. I started jiu-jitsu back here in 2018 with Professor Paul Byers, and quickly found out that this was going to be my forever home from my martial arts journey. I love the environment here that, Gary and Paul and all the instructors had kind of facilitated, making it a family environment. Me and the instructors were all best friends since day one. And when I knew Gary was looking to retire, I was getting to a higher belt, and I was looking at opening my own place somewhere under the Team Legacy banner. And me and Paul got to talking, and Mr. Steele had mentioned retirement, and I was like, well, I don't want a non-Warren County person or an outsider coming and buying it and changing what Mr. Steele and the instructors had built here. So I was like, well, maybe I'll talk to him about buying it myself.
Yeah.
Which at the time was a crazy idea, because I am.
Are you sure about this?
Well, my wife, God love her, I asked her, I said, well, what would you think about me buying the karate studio? And she's like, well, what's the worst thing that could happen? And I said, well, we can fail miserably, and we'll be living with your parents in a couple of years. And she was like, well, we're young. So that was enough. I prayed about it, and that was enough ammunition I needed to come make an offer to Mr. Steele, and he worked with me, and even from the business contract, he really put a lot of focus in keeping the family environment, keeping the current instructors, and that was my plan from the beginning. I never had any intention of coming in and changing anything except upgrading. You've seen the building.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
It used to look like a 1980s, karate movie.
Karate Kid.
Yeah, it really did.
If you were born in that time frame.
But I will say this, from the lack of resources that we had, we built a lot of good competitors in a place that when other people from the outside looking in seen it, were like, how are you producing these kind of people? And it's the instruction, it's that environment, the family environment. Since I took over 2 years ago, we've got 2 jiu-jitsu world champions under myself and Professor Paul Byers. We've got 3 IKF, International Kickboxing Federation state titles, and 3 promotional titles. We have 1 champion that is going to be Taylor Fannerud, who's going to be fighting for his 6th title in 8 months.
We got to interview him a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, the kid's been training maybe 2 years on and off, and realistically training full time to fight for 9 months. And in that 9 months, he has won just about every title there is to win in the state. So
Vance's only lost 2, remember?
Yeah. So nice. He's a different breed, and we're trying to facilitate that here. It's it's now Savage Samurai Martial Arts. And when I came up with the name, I was thinking, you know, when people send their children to us, or even when the adults come in, they're coming to learn something that can cause harm, but it's controlled harm.
Yeah.
And when you think of somebody who is, you know, being able to control violence, yes, you're a savage, but you're also having that samurai mindset where it's, I can do harm, but only when harm is necessary.
Yeah.
And building that, you know, even in the kids programs, these kids are learning under Becky and Chris and Paul, myself, and the other instructors. And one of the most fulfilling parts of this is seeing a kid who comes in with zero confidence and zero experience, and they blossom and they come out of their shell and they really feel like, I'm a savage. Like I can do anything.
Yeah. The endless possibilities.
Endless possibilities.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah. But Team Legacy Martial Arts is our affiliate. Professor Paul Byers started that several years ago. And that's more of our karate and jiu-jitsu side. And then the Razor's Edge side is our Muay Thai and MMA side. But it's all under the banner of Savage Samurai. So it's kind of the trifecta of all of our hard work culminated together. You know, when I started this, I talked to, you know, Paul, Becky, Jamie, everybody, Chris. And, you know, I didn't want to take away from the legacy, which, you know, is what they've built. I wanted to facilitate the growth of those under my name, my banner. So we're a big, happy family. We all get along, and we're building something great for this small town. So I'm excited to see where it goes.
I feel like it's a hidden gem.
It truly is.
You know, no one knows like this is under here.
Yeah, every time we're marketing, that's they're like, "Oh, where are you located?" And we tell them downstairs at the plaza, and they're like, "The plaza has a downstairs."
You should just say go to the secret fight club.
Yeah.
That, you know what I mean?
When you say it like that,
good whisper campaign, a good whisper campaign. And then they get here and they're like, "Oh, this is not what I was."
That may work for the adults. For the kids, I don't think the parents would be interested.
First rule of Fight Club. You don't talk about.
I know. Yeah, I just actually watched the female version of that, and it was hilarious. Hilarious. No, but talk a little bit about yourself, your past, your family. You know, you are a veteran, correct?
I am, yes.
Thank you for serving.
Was a master at arms in the Navy. So little backstory about how I landed in McMinnville. I was in the foster care system in California, and kind of a troubled kid, and we ended up moving out here, and I actually attended the old Centertown school back in, you know, like 2002. And I really loved the town, you know, made a lot of friends, and I ended up getting moved foster homes again, and ended up landing in Bradyville with another family, going to Westside Elementary, where I would eventually meet my future adopted mother. I got adopted at 15, me and my little sister, by the same family. And they got a kid who was always in trouble and in the hallway, you know, getting paddled by Miss Moore at Centertown, and kind of whipped me into shape. And it was an uphill battle with me. But they got me in church, and you know, I had always showed interest in going to the military, and my father was like, "Please go to the military, straighten up." So I joined the military, served 3 years in the Navy, got honorably discharged. And when I got out, I had no clue what I wanted to do with my life, because when you're 18 and you go into the service and then you get dumped into the civilian world, it's like, you know, where do I go? What do I do from here? So I had like 3 jobs at once. I was working as a groundskeeper at MTSU. I was bar backing, bouncing, and cooking at a local bar in Murfreesboro, and ended up finally like, I should probably, you know, go to school and get a little piece of paper that says I'm worth something. So ended up, and it's funny how I landed on my career path, because I really just took the top 5 median paying jobs, and I did some research on and some statistics on that, and I found 10 of the median paying jobs, and that had the, you know, most job security, and I picked the top 3, and I just closed my eyes and wrote them down on paper.
No, you didn't.
I promise you. And so I ended up landing on health, safety, and environmental manager.
Oh.
And so I was like, all right, well, I guess I'm using my GI Bill to go to school to be a safety man. And so that's my 9 to 5, well, 8 to 5, 7 to 5. I'm an environmental health and safety manager is my profession. I work for a great company called Hamilton Ken out in Winchester. I've been with them for 4 years, and I love what I do. And it's kind of my alter egos, during the day, I'm a safety manager, and then
I'm the healthy man.
My
I'm gonna
Bruce
be
Wayne
nice
and
to
my
you.
Batman. And then at night we beat people up. So.
At night you're the Mr. Fight Club.
Well, it's funny when they interviewed me for the job, they were like, "What do you do for fun?" And I had a black eye. It was during COVID because I got hit in the face, and my back then they were doing online interviewing because of COVID, and my boss was like, "Did you get in a car wreck?" And I was like, "No, I'm one of my 16-year-old students need me in the face," and he's like, "What do you do?" And I was like, "Oh, I do jiu-jitsu and coach MMA and stuff like that." And he's like, "You're applying for a safety manager position." And I'm like, if that's going to be a problem, I'm going to have to pass on the job because this is what I love. This is, I've been doing it for 10 years now. And for a kid who had ADHD and kind of, was a troublemaker in school because of the ADHD, this has really grounded me and balanced my life out. And like I said, one of the biggest blessings of what we do here is watching kids who are like me, who may have been troubled, who may struggle with school, who may, have family issues even come in, and to watch them be able to set goals and achieve those goals and really blossom it's one of the biggest blessings in my life.
The combat type sports, the things that you got going on now, how have they evolved from we grew up, when we all grew up here we would have Gary Steele come to our classes. I remember being at West Elementary and Gary Steele comes and teaches a class and you're in karate, but now you just said it. Y'all have Muay Thai, y'all have
judo, jiu-jitsu,
MMA, all this stuff. How has that evolved right now? Because you, like you said, you came in here and it kind of looked like Cobra Kai. Now all of a sudden you changed it a little bit. Maybe a little bit Miyagi, maybe a little Cobra Kai.
A little about the history of how things have kind of shifted. So in the 80s and 90s, karate was huge. You had pop culture, things like that, and you had every kid in America wanting to do karate. And people didn't even know there were other martial arts back then. It was, unless you were actively practicing them, karate was like the pinnacle of martial arts. And then, we have the whole story of UFC 1 and the Gracies and, presenting jiu-jitsu to the mainstream. And it started picking up around the 90s and gaining some popularity. And that's, when Gary started introducing that with Professor Paul Byers teaching the jiu-jitsu. And, then it just opened the door, where they're like, if karate and jiu-jitsu are great martial arts, what other martial arts are out there? And it's growing like a weed. We go to these competitions and we have kids that are 5 and 6 year old phenoms that have been training for a year that are trying to win world titles. And it's so cool to watch the evolution of it, because you went from karate is a great traditional martial art, but having that martial art and combining it with all the other disciplines that we practice is making more well-rounded individuals, not just discipline-wise, but even athletically. Like I said, with our champions, we have multiple jiu-jitsu world champions now. We've got, our kickboxing champions. We're going after MMA titles. And it's a blessing to watch, man, because we're a small town. When you hear McMinnville, you don't think of martial arts.
I perk up every time, but then I'm like, is it Oregon or is it Tennessee?
Yes, and if you Google McMinnville, Oregon's going to come up first.
Every time.
But it's so cool because we're competing with the top gyms in the state right now, and we're winning. And the sky's the limit for these kids. What we have here is something extraordinary. It's special. You don't see it a lot. Small towns, you have, this is going to be Spanish to a lot of people, but you have gyms in jiu-jitsu like Daisy Fresh that were training in a laundromat because they couldn't afford to train anywhere, and they've produced some of the greatest champions in the sport. And we're doing, maybe not to that level yet, but we're working towards that level here, and it's so cool to see what we're accomplishing in such a short amount of time. We actually just had 4 karate students, 2 children and 2 adults that went to the Karate State Championship. Kevin Walker and his boys competed, and Kevin was his first tournament. Kevin's no spring chicken anymore, but he ended up winning the kata first place, as well as the point sparring first place. Tony Taylor ended up winning first place in kata and points scoring,
Right.
and then both the boys won second place in points scoring as well. So karate is still alive and well. It's a pinnacle of what we do here. The other things have just compounded on that.
Yeah.
It's been so cool to watch it grow and evolve.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you've Scott. You got two kids that came through the wrestling ranks, and now, I mean, is that something that you see as? I mean, that's been growing a little bit here. Do y'all mix that? Is that something that can kind of evolve into an MMA style or anything like that? I mean, you got two kids that probably are going to get into this at some point, if not already.
Actually, two of them, the youngest two, are actively involved here.
Okay.
And the middle son, who just signed with Cumberland University,
Okay, yeah.
he started working with Sammy Shires. He's actually an All-American out there.
Awesome.
And one biggest thing that they hit it off with, he was getting ready to transfer or get into college, is going to the college practices. And when they started talking about jujitsu, jujitsu is what took some of these really high-level All-Americans and turned them into these just top-notch wrestlers.
Yeah.
The jujitsu side, I've watched so many state champs coming up through these ranks these last really 6 years, that the one thing that took them from being contenders to champs was this right here. So when Caesar and I started talking about certain stuff, and of course knowing Jamie, our Muay Thai coach, I had no choice but to I love it. I am a very big proponent, not just in the skill side, but the mindset.
Yeah.
The mind changes once they get involved in something like this. The family, just the training, everything.
Yeah.
Their whole mind changes.
Yeah. Miss Tina from Our Coffee said this morning, yes, you a shameless plug, black coffee with a lot of espresso. Thank you.
I tried it for the first time this morning. It was great.
We're trying to convince Caesar to go get a basic black coffee,
I like
right?
cheap coffee, so
But she says, in my experience, great teachers and instructors create nothing but goodness. They inspire confidence, encourage courtesy, and help shape the kind of people our children become. The lessons they teach often last far beyond the classroom. Thank you to every teacher, coach, instructor, and mentor who chose to make a difference every single day. You are appreciated more than you know. She also went on, when y'all were talking about your programs, Caesar, she said programs like this can make a life-changing difference for children and young adults, and really anyone who could benefit from this kind of support. No matter where someone comes from or what challenges they face, having people who believe in them, encourage them, and provide positive opportunities can build confidence, resilience, and hope. It's inspiring to see programs that invest in people and help them discover their strength while creating brighter futures for everyone involved. And she also added, places like this are about so much more than people realize. They're not just activities. They're places where self-esteem grows, confidence is built, character is strengthened, and positive morals and values are encouraged. For many children, young adults, and even adults, they provide a sense of belonging, purpose, and support at last a lifetime. I so love this. She says she supports you.
that's awesome. I
She's
appreciate
fantastic.
that. Yeah.
Miss Tina is phenomenal at Our Coffee. If y'all haven't checked her out, she is one of our many sponsors here. Can you, talking about building the confidence and support, now knowing that you were a foster kid till essentially 15, what did it, like, what lessons did you learn here that you remembered as a kid that, you know, made you to, like, did you ever think that being a foster kid till you're 15 and then doing these programs and then actually owning, like, did you think this was going to happen?
So from a very, well, I won't say very early age, because I was kind of a terrible human until I was 15. I won't say that. I was a condition. I was a condition of my environment.
Okay.
I grew up in one of the roughest neighborhoods in Southern California. Gang violence, drugs, you name it, and was on a path to that if I didn't get out. And God made a move in my life and moved me to Tennessee and put me with a family that led me in the right direction. And martial arts has showed me, that family is not always blood. Everybody in this building who comes in here is family to me.
Yeah.
Not having that family aspect, there's kids that come in here that may be going through the same thing. And if I can help them achieve even remotely a level of success that, and not trying to brag, but
Yeah.
a level of success that I have shows them that they won't just be a statistic.
Yeah.
Because kids who come from that background aren't supposed to be successful according
Yeah.
to the statistics, right? So being able to facilitate that, give back to the community that gave back. When I was in foster care, I was in foster care in Warren County. So there was programs that, you know, as a foster kid, you wake up on my birthday is Christmas morning.
Oh.
So working with the community here, you know, there's programs that helped me when I was in foster care that, you know, we didn't get gifts on Christmas, but there were some different organizations that helped out and would get us new clothes and new things like that. And I try to do the same thing here. We have
the drive.
Yeah, we have toy drive for Christmas. We do the Thanksgiving bags for Thanksgiving. For Halloween, we're doing our trunk or treat and
Giving back.
like the community gave to me, so I'm gonna do what I can to give back to the community and hopefully put someone on the right path like I was put on and help them achieve something.
So to get them on the right path, how can they get all this information? Do they call? Do they go to social media? Do they have a website?
SavageSamuraiMartialArts.com is our website. You can call the number on the website and set up an appointment with Professor Paul, and he'll get you in the right direction on what classes you're interested in. Or if you want to come by, we're at 1030 Smithville Highway, downstairs at the plaza. Yes, the plaza has a downstairs.
Yeah, it exists. It does exist.
One thing that I have changed since I've been here is we offer a 2-week free period now. It used to be just one free class. I'm a big believer that, especially when you're doing martial arts, when you come in, one day is not enough to decide whether this is going to be the life path you take.
Yeah.
So, you come in first day of anything, you don't know anybody's name. It's awkward. You're rolling around with sweaty people that you've never met before. Punching people in the face is not exactly,
Just want to get to know you. I don't want to punch you.
Yeah. So I feel like after 2 weeks, you know people's name, and you get to feel the vibe that we have here. Yes, it's a family environment and it is a business. And Scott has to remind me of this all the time because I'm always trying to give everybody the shirt off my back, but it's so he's like, hey, we still got to make a little money and keep the lights on. So let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater on this one. But I love helping people, and it's great. We want y'all to be a part of this family. It's changed a lot of people's lives, and I hope to be here, longer than Gary still was here. He built something great for this town.
Yeah.
Enhance it and keep growing it, and get some more people involved.
I love it. Jeff, you got any more questions?
I was going to say, I think Kelly wanted to volunteer if you wanted to show some of the grapplings or the throws. Or anything
no. Jeff can volunteer, and you can tell me what to do to him, and I'll, and see how it works.
We can show a rear naked choke, and when he wakes up,
is that why you brought me on the show today?
Yeah.
Hey, we weren't going to tell you this at all, but we're going to choke you out.
Yeah, choke out. I love it. No, I was watching SummerSlam the past 2 days, so just so y'all know, I've seen a lot of choke outs. Yeah.
little different.
It's a lot different. It's a lot different.
Little Ken Shamrock type stuff now.
But no, when those guys that are doing the martial arts and stuff on there, flying and kicking, and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Like,
a little different when the outcome's not already determined.
When the person is trying to actively kill you, it makes a big difference.
100% agree. But no, I just appreciate you guys letting us, first and foremost, setting up shop here and getting to know y'all a little bit more. And I know, like a lot of people, I know Sydney had her little boy did the 2 weeks, and it really made a difference. I know that Scott and y'all were trying to talk to my kid about it a little bit. He was like talking to me a little bit. He's not like there yet, but I think if I keep bringing him just a look, maybe, in his age group, I guess is probably.
And I get it. It's not for everybody. It takes a level of, I like to say crazy, because
that's right.
Walker is that crazy?
Yeah. Punched in the
He's
face.
He's half of me, so we get in fights at the house. I don't care to admit that.
Until the next time I fight after he trains and he's actively trying to tap you out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when he gets good enough that he can beat you, you might need to come over here. And
I'm waiting for a self-defense class to come.
Self-defense.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that self-defense class. And
We're
like,
working on
oh
it.
no.
We're
We're
working
working
on
on
it.
it right
I like to add stuff, but I want to make sure that what we're putting out is quality before we give it to the community. So before we start any new programs, we got a pretty rigorous,
You don't want to
criteria that we want to go to and make sure if we're teaching somebody something, it's something that they're going to benefit from. So
I love that. I love that. Well, thank you so much for again coming on the show and letting us take over is this called the dojo? What is this called exactly?
The school.
Cage?
It's a school.
The school.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if there's a technical term.
Yeah.
I Googled it and it said dojo at the top, so I just went with what
It's a
Google said.
dojo, it's a gym, it's a school, it's whatever you want to call it, but it's
I love the hidden gym.
hidden gym.
Yeah.
It works in both ways.
We used to call it the dungeon because the air conditioner didn't work, but now that's
Ooh.
It feels good in here.
It's
I
teacher
know.
coach more than anything else when you think about it. That's why it is a school.
Yeah.
Because you're a teacher first, you're a coach after that.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
teach them a certain way. And that's
love
what
that.
I love the way Caesar came in and changed it up quite a bit.
Yeah, I love that. We're going to take a quick break for more from our sponsors, but when we get back, it is also called Motlow Mondays. That means it's fun days over here. So we're going to have Darren and Sumner coming on the show with us and talking about what is going on at Motlow and then some. But remember, Warren County, keep it first.
Sheriff, a father, and with 27 years of law enforcement, I have kept that promise. We've strengthened our department, supported our officers, and taken real steps to keep our community safe. But there's more work ahead. I'm asking you for your vote on August 6th to keep Warren County moving forward together.
In our hometown, family comes first, and so does your health care. At Infinity Family Health LLC, they're caring for every stage of life, now welcoming newborns and infants, along with children and adults. With experienced pediatric and adult providers, you'll find compassionate, relationship-based care where they treat you like family. Now accepting new patients with same-day appointments available in McMill. Call 931-507-500 today. Infinity Family Health LLC, caring for generations right here at home.
I'm Lisa Zavianis, and for the past 16 years, I've had the honor of serving as your District Attorney General. I spent my career fighting for our communities, prosecuting thousands of drug cases, securing convictions against child predators, protecting victims, and working alongside schools and law enforcement to keep our children safe. I've also taken on Big Pharma to help combat the drug crisis affecting our families. Experience matters. Results matter. I'm Lisa Zavianis, and I'd be honored to earn your vote for District Attorney General. Early voting starts July the 17th, and the general election is August the 6th. Experienced, proven, and ready to serve.
Choosing the right life insurance and Medicare supplements can feel overwhelming, but you don't have to do it alone. From birth to senior, Kim Hillis with Guided Senior Solutions can also help you with cancer and heart attack policies, refundable premium, and final expense coverage that fits your needs. Local help, personal guidance, peace of mind. Call Kim Hillis today at 931-247-2172 or visit guidedsenior-solutions.com.
Looking for the best selection, great prices, and hometown service? Make your next stop Worldwide Liquors in McMinnville. Whether you're planning a backyard barbecue, celebrating a special occasion, or simply picking up your favorite drink, Worldwide Liquors has everything you need, all in one convenient location. Friendly service, competitive prices, and an incredible selection make Worldwide Liquors Warren County's destination for beer, wine, and spirits. Stop by Worldwide Liquors today, conveniently located in McMinnville. Great selection, great prices, great service. Every visit.
All right, all right. Welcome back, or First 931. I'm your host of the show, and
I'm Jeff Simmons with the Simmons Says Show, but we're doing the JK Show.
the JK Show today, and we're not just kidding today.
Yeah, we'll get there.
We'll get there, yes. But with us now, it is I love it. I do this once a month. It's called Motlow Mondays. And I have with us the cheerleader and the activities guru with us. We got Darren and we got Sumner with us once again. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Anytime. I'm glad that today was a typical Monday for all of us because with everything going on. But there is so many things still going on at Motlow. Tell me, what is the next big thing that people need to be on as far as updating what's going on?
Yeah, so the next big thing is we are having another all things admissions application day, and it's this Wednesday, August 5th. Places TBD. It's probably going to be at the robotics building because we are still getting new floors in the Cooper Center, which they are looking phenomenal. So you'll have to come check them out once we reopen that building.
Let us know. We'd love to come and check it out.
Yeah. Okay. So we had quite a few students come to our last one. And really, if you have questions about your application, if you want to start your application, we're just happy to do that in person and answer all the things that you need. You know, we have financial aid on staff, so we can definitely help with those types of things and relay those messages if you have those questions. Sometimes there are things that your application gets held up on. So if you haven't heard from us about advising, if you haven't registered for your classes, there's likely something kind of holding your application up. And so we really need to figure out what those things are so that we can push you forward and get you registered for your classes and all of those things. So it's just really a good time to knock out all the things, and it's in person. There's no phone tag, none of that. So it's, if you have questions, we'd love to have you there.
Yeah, I agree.
So this Wednesday from 2 to 6.
Just
walk in.
Yeah, sorry to say
You don't have to have an appointment. Just walk in during those times, and we'll have people there to see you.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to ask the first thing. I mean, was tie it back to what Caesar was talking about a little bit in the first one. He said that he's a guy that went out and got his, GI Bill went in there. Is that something that you could do with Motlow as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
I love that. I love the idea of just, I keep thinking, I know we talked about this the last time I was on. It's fun that we're always, it seems like we're here together, but it does seem like, the idea of getting anybody and everybody back into college is something that y'all can do at Motlow.
And we do have a veteran coordinator, so they can help with that process. We have someone that specializes, so they know all the ins and outs of how to use those benefits. So we have someone to help with that.
Well, the big question is, Jeff, have you talked to your dad? How's that going?
It was brought up at home. He definitely had a little bit of Rodney Dangerfield thoughts about the conversation. I still think that he should do it.
Tell him I want to see him in my class in the fall. Let's do it.
Yeah, he kept talking about diving class. I think he said that because Rod, that was the big thing in back to school. Was he was on dive team. On that. So I don't know if y'all had a dive team ready for him.
Yeah, I don't know
swim
about
team
that,
with Paige.
Yeah.
Why not? We'll just sub it in.
Yeah, there's a high dive at Gelly Pool.
We can count that.
He can jump off the slide.
Yeah.
The thoughts and opinions expressed from Simmons of the Simmons Says Show, and not representative for any of the advertisers or the city of McMinnville.
Our safety person.
Our safety guy needs to come back. Where did our safety guy come back? No, but I think this is really great. You guys have so much that can help each and everybody. Now, if by any chance, is there, if a student might miss a deadline or things like that, is there like a magic wand y'all can help and fix? Isn't that does happen?
Well, we do have a firm deadline of August 17th for the application. So that, that's really the firm deadline for fall. Because classes do start on the 24th. We do need a little bit of time to get advising appointments, registered for classes, financial aid processed, etc. So really the magic day is August 17th to get that application out.
That's a pretty hard deadline. But
what are some of the things y'all are seeing people, like the most common, things people forget that they don't realize?
I think they forget that it's like an actual process. It's not like you apply, you get in, you get to get your classes, and then you're done. Like there's a lot more to it, especially if you have transcripts that you're requesting from several different colleges that you've been to previously, because we have to have all that information to figure out what classes to put him in. And that just takes time. And especially getting closer to all of these deadlines is really when our transcripts kind of get backed up, and there's, a processing time of 5 to 7 business days.
Yeah.
And a lot of times people, I think, forget that, and they're ready to jump into, which I get that. But it is a process, and it takes a little bit of time. And that's why we're really trying to be persistent about, like, if you're interested, go ahead and start that process now, so we can get those transcripts requested, and they can start that processing part of everything, and then we can get you advised. So yeah, it's a process.
I love it.
Yeah. Oh, well, I was going to ask. I mean, we just to see if we can make Kelly cry real quick. Today was the first day going to pre-K, and
it's not hard today. It's not. I already cried twice.
When it comes to a college course, I mean, you're in there. How quickly do you get into studies? I mean, at Motlow, I'm assuming everybody that when you're in college, you kind of assume that the first day you're not just going to be there, and it's going to take a week for us to get there. How quickly do you get into the teaching, and how quickly do they have to be able to?
Day one.
Day one.
Day one.
What are we teaching day one? Do you have anything ready to go?
I start chapter 1.
Okay.
Chapter 1 starts on day 1.
You don't give a break. You just go right in.
It's not.
So we're not just going over the syllabus day.
Yeah. No.
Okay, because Walker
right
was
in.
like, Miss So-and-so's told us today we're just getting an easy thing. We're just going to go through the routine. We're not going to work. And I was like, oh, that's great. No, just right
Sorry,
in.
guys.
We have 15 weeks. Our semester is only
Okay.
15 weeks. So we really have to hit the door running. So yes, I do have a little bit of a conversation about syllabus. It's in the syllabus. Read the syllabus policy.
I would really like to get to know Darren's teacher side,
Yeah.
just to be like an incognito thing, be like, oh,
We'll
she's
just go in the
spicy.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about those things. We just
Yeah.
fit summer classes on Thursday.
Okay.
So
Oh.
I need a teacher mind break, but yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
5 o'clock
yeah.
somewhere, girl. Just give me a call.
Yeah.
I'm a little tired from the summer semester, but
Okay.
it's we have to hit the door running. So it's day one. We get down to the nitty gritty.
We'll just go over there and audit it for
Yeah.
a couple of weeks. We'll just go straight
Why
pass
not?
fail. On
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I'll do it if you do it. I'll just mark C on every answer.
Yeah.
And
I think. What subjects are you teaching on there?
primarily sociology, because that's my favorite. That's
Okay.
my love. But I can also teach psychology. I do that occasionally.
Oh.
And then in this fall, I'm bringing back a criminology class that I haven't taught since
Oh, wow.
pre-COVID, which is one of my background is in the criminal justice system. I work for the Tennessee Department of Corrections. I was in the research department.
Okay.
All of my research, my publications is all in crime. So
I would
that's
love to
kinda-
do that class because I've been
it's-
told so many times I need to educate myself a little more.
Yeah.
I love the crime
Just
class.
saying.
So
That's
yeah,
my mom
I'm
moment.
bringing that back for fall, so I'm excited about that.
I got a basketball player that was playing. I think she would have really liked that. I think that's kind of what she thought. And of course, our basketball coaches, I think, has a criminal justice degree. So
No way.
yeah, I think so.
Okay.
So yeah, that'd be something that's right down their alley.
And I genuinely love being in the classroom and being able to teach about these topics, whether it's gangs and serial killers. Of course, that's always fun, but I love to talk about family dynamics.
Yeah.
And I get to talk about race and ethnicity, and it's just a fun class because everyone can relate to something.
Yeah.
We can all relate. We've all dealt with dysfunctional families. We all have a dysfunctional family.
Yeah. There's no perfect family.
There's no perfect family. So we can all identify with some things there. We've probably known someone that's, had a past with drugs or been in the criminal justice system. So I feel like I get to talk about real life issues. So I have a lot of fun. But day one.
Oh wow. You're good to go. Are all the professors, all the teachers, everybody that's educating over there at Motlow, are they as expressive, or are they as outgoing as Aaron is when it comes to getting out there and teaching?
Jaren's one of a kind.
Yeah.
Well,
because I think you're such a big advocate for Motlow State Community College that I think that
She's a cheerleader.
Yeah.
That's what she's known as, a cheerleader. She's not a cheerleader.
I just think that there's something about that, because I feel like, going to UT and, the professors obviously were there and they were good at what they did, but sometimes you get that feeling of, hey, you're here,
Hatred.
you're not here. I do not
Yeah,
care.
care.
You do seem
Yeah.
like you have a different vibe about that. If you want people to be there,
I do. We at Montlow genuinely do want people to be there, and I think it is a different dynamics because I've taught at Cumberland, I have taught at MTSU, I've taught at Tennessee Tech.
Wow.
It is a different. It's just a different community.
Yeah.
And I do enjoy teach. I've over the years taught at those institutions, and I enjoyed it. But this is different. I truly get to know my students and have a face-to-face interaction with them. I know their names, and like still to this day, I'll be coming in and out of Walmart, and I'll see somebody, and I'm like, "Hi, George, how are you?" And they're like, "Can't believe you remember me from
You know
15
my
years ago."
name.
But
You
I do.
remember
We have that connect. Because we have smaller class sizes, that we get to have that relationship. So,
yeah.
It's
Does it feel like now that kids are still willing to come in and want to be there and want to learn? Because I feel like that sometimes when it came into the lottery and now all of a sudden everybody could go for free, that they're like, okay, I'll go do it, but it doesn't really matter because I'm not invested monetarily. Whereas if someone was paying to be there, you kind of like, hey, this is your money. Do you feel like has that had any drop off when it comes to buy-in, or do you feel like people are still willing to
not necessarily. I mean, and you're going to get both. You're going to have students that are really excited to be there. They want to be there, and the funding doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And then of course we also have students that probably don't want to be there as much. And again, it doesn't matter really on funding, whether parents pay for it or, they're getting scholarships or Tennessee Promise. So it's really, I haven't seen a big change in that because you're going to get both.
Okay. I was terrible about attendance.
No, listen, we've talked about it with me. I wish that we had the first 2 years free to know if I could do college or not. And I'm not saying that I'm dumb by any means.
Yeah.
It's just Austin P, great school, great programs. I love the communications class. That's what I was going for at the end. But at the end of the day, it was too much. It did something, just didn't click with me, and nothing, it wouldn't stick. The information wouldn't stick. And I think, like, for your point of view, but they didn't care if you were coming. If I had a teacher that cared, I think that for a student like me would have made a world of difference, whether money was involved or not.
Yeah, I think there's that, and there's also just the idea that I've said this all the time. There's a lot of people that end up going to college that still don't know what they want to do, but then all of a sudden you feel like, but when you're footing a fairly significant bill that you're like, I need to know. Why do I not know this right now? I'm 18 years. Sometimes you say, hey, I'm 18 years old. I need a buffer time to kind of figure out what's going on.
And I think that's okay.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
And we have so many conversations with students that don't know what they want to do with their life. And it's a big decision to make, and it's kind of scary. But we talk about our majors and all the options. We have nursing and mechatronics, robotics, psychology. We have all these majors, but we also still have the general studies major. And the whole, the point in that is to kind of figure out what you want to do with your life. Because so many students come in and they're like, oh, well, I think I want to be a teacher, but I think I might also want to do this. So getting into that general studies degree, you kind of have some flexibility to, let me take a communications class to see if I like that. Or maybe I need to take an education class to see if I like that. Because sometimes once you get into those classes, you're like, oh, I cannot do that. Cannot do it. And that's a good place to find your footing, to buy you a little time to figure out what you want to do. Can you be a teacher? Can you be a nurse?
And everybody's going to be a podcaster before it's all said and done.
I know.
I'll get more and more talks now.
Let's shovel the top 10 easiest jobs to get into at low cost.
Easy now.
I'm going to draw podcasting.
I'm telling you, I said it on the show the last time I was here. I think there's more and more people that are like, oh, Simmons can do it.
I told you.
Jeff and Kelly are doing this.
Anybody
can do this. Let me go to Dayron's house.
Kelly didn't even get a graduation degree. No.
So you said criminology, psychology, sociology, no philosophy?
No.
You don't do the philosophy?
Look at her just shove that away. Like, no.
First semester. That was my first semester freshman year. I took philosophy and I was like, I don't like this at all.
And you know what's really funny that you bring that up? So when I went to MTSU, my first semester, I took a philosophy class. Went in one day. I was like, nope, I've got to drop this class. I went to sociology, changed my life.
Okay. Well, there
That is how I ended up here, was because of that philosophy class.
I didn't like the idea that in philosophy there's no right answer.
I
I
struggled with
couldn't
that.
stand it. Couldn't
Could
stand
not-
it.
So for anybody listening, what is philosophy class?
I don't even know how
I
to
don't know.
explain it. Like,
The study of philosophy.
Are we gonna have to Google this?
I mean,
She's got it.
I was so stressed in that class. They were like, by the next class period, we want you to write a paper on why the sky is blue and why the grass is green. And I'm like, okay, science. No, you couldn't use that. And I was like, I don't know what to do. I panicked.
The study of basic ideas about knowledge, truth, right and wrong, and the meaning of life is philosophy.
Is this what he just read?
I had to drop that class
The state of
immediately.
general and fundamental
Yeah.
questions about existence, knowledge,
Yeah.
value, rooted
Greek.
in love of wisdom.
Love of what? Yes, yes.
So what you're saying is it's like a guru class, because
Yeah.
once you get out, then you can like teach self-love.
And I'm all about
I mean,
education
love
and
the world, love
knowledge,
the
but
ground, love the ground.
There was a pretty good reading list. I stuck with it. No,
Yes.
we did actually have there's some books that we had to read on that, like Catch-22 and stuff like that. And I thought that was probably the best thing. They had a pretty good reading list on there, and then I never read another book again. I didn't want. My love.
that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was as far as I was going to get with a love of wisdom. Past that, I was all right. Just teach me something. I need to learn
Yeah.
this stuff. Of course,
I
I
just
ended up
feel
with a
like-
business degree, and then I don't know if have you ever heard a commencement speech that you were like, this is not good.
Sure.
Yeah.
I've been there
Have you
for
given one?
No, but I've been there for 17 years.
Yeah.
That's a lot of graduations to sit through.
And I
So-
graduated in 2008, December. It was not a great time for the economy. And then we had
Yes.
the Secretary of Labor in the state of Tennessee was our commencement speaker, our business administration. And he said, you're graduating into the worst economic conditions since the Great Depression. I was like, oh, appreciate this.
Well,
It's 8 a.m. on a Saturday. It snowed. I mean, I was like, appreciate you, guy.
And you probably didn't even have to be there, right? Because you're
No, I didn't want.
It was
I
a
didn't
choice.
want to be.
It was
Yeah.
your mom and dad.
My mom and dad told me
Yeah.
I was going to graduate, and they were going to be there, so I had to be there. But no, that was fun.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I love that wisdom he gave me that way.
Yeah.
It was very philosophical discussion there.
No, but anything else before we let you guys go? You want to let everybody know?
Yes. So
Yes.
how to reach us? I feel like there's been some confusion about phone numbers. If it's ringing, it shouldn't ring consistently because we always answer. But there is a point. So if you call the office, like if you Google Montville State Community College, McMinnville, and call straight from that number, it's going to take you to like an automated message of where you choose, like what department you're trying to reach, what campus you're trying to reach. So make sure you go through those steps if you're trying to reach like the main office. And that number is 931-668-7010. And then if you want to speak to me and advising specifically for any advising admissions and enrollment, or not advising, admissions and enrollment questions, I can also help you get to advising. But mine is 931-393-1653, extension 2006. So just making sure that you have those correct numbers if you are calling and you want to talk to us, but then also just drop by in person. So
I see that they brought a goodie bag today. I didn't know how to like introduce this. I'm like, are y'all going to do it? Or are you? So I love this. And they even said something off air. So guess what? Welcome to the new Keep It First Finger. I'm just saying, go Bucks. Keep it first. Now, see, I got to do this way because I'm right-handed. There's some more cool stuff in here. What's also? Oh, you got me glasses. Look at this. I'm like candy store. Hold on. Let Jeff can wear those. And then my son and daughter will love this. These little poppers. Oh my God. These are addictive.
Yeah.
Other than, I don't want to talk about because I could go on a tangent. Those squishies, those dumplings. Good Lord God, get rid of those. Those are ridiculous. I mean, there's not enough squishies to make my daughter happy, Jeff. Yeah. No, but I'm gonna try to do it this way. Yeah. Yeah, this can work. Okay. So again, this is gonna be our Keep It First fingernail, sponsored by Montlow. Go Bucks.
Go Bucks.
Go Bucks. So remember, Warren County, keep it first. All right.
You look worn down.
Phil's Pressure Washing can restore the beauty of your home or business with gentle, soft washing. We clean roofs, driveways, gutters, decks, and more. Proudly serving McMinnville, Morrison, Sparta, Smithville, and surrounding areas. Fully insured and licensed with 10 plus years of experience. Call Phil's Pressure Washing today and let us do the dirty work.
I'm Lisa Zavianis, and for the past 16 years, I've had the honor of serving as your District Attorney General. I spent my career fighting for our communities, prosecuting thousands of drug cases, securing convictions against child predators, protecting victims, and working alongside schools and law enforcement to keep our children safe. I've also taken on Big Pharma to help combat the drug crisis affecting our families. Experience matters. Results matter. I'm Lisa Zavianis, and I'd be honored to earn your vote for District Attorney General. Early voting starts July the 17th, and the general election is August the 6th. Experienced, proven, and ready to serve.
Come join us at 110 East Main Street for a farm-to-table experience all year long. We offer gluten-free, dairy-free, guilt-free goodness that will leave you feeling energized and satisfied with every bite. Our small batch from-scratch menu bursts with juice, shots, smoothies, soups, wraps, and sandwiches, and more prepared daily to give you all the nutrients your body craves. We never add powder sugars or anything you can't pronounce, so don't miss out on this delicious, healthy opportunity. Swing by and indulge in some wholesome goodness today at 110 East Main Street, McMinnville, Tennessee.
Community Network Productions takes you inside each community with local interest stories, local music artists, and information.
With each show, the focus is the people and our beautiful community. With our creative team, we customize unique show ideas with our friends in the community. Our focus is you.
On all social media, including Facebook, Instagram, and at our website at www.communitytvtn.com.
For me, being sheriff has never just been about enforcing the law. It's about protecting what matters most, our families. Every day, our deputies work to keep our schools safe, our neighborhoods secure, and our community strong. As your sheriff, I've worked to build a department focused on service, professionalism, and protecting the people of Warren County. I'm Jackie Matheny Jr., and I'd be honored to continue serving and protecting your family.
Looking for the best selection, great prices, and hometown service? Make your next stop Worldwide Liquors in McMinnville. Whether you're planning a backyard barbecue, celebrating a special occasion, or simply picking up your favorite drink, Worldwide Liquors has everything you need, all in one convenient location. Friendly service, competitive prices, and an incredible selection make Worldwide Liquors Warren County's destination for beer, wine, and spirits. Stop by Worldwide Liquors today, conveniently located in McMinnville. Great selection, great prices, great service. Every visit.
Everybody hush.
I get it.
Jeff is keeping the glasses on because he doesn't want us to see what he really did. No, welcome back. Welcome back to Warrior First, Not Through What. I'm the host of that show, Kelly Walker Slaughter.
I am Jeff Simmons, host of the Simmons Says Show on Studio 605. I also do the WCSA Warren Sports Authority, which you can find on Wednesday nights, 5 o'clock. We got Bobby Luna coming into town this week.
I saw that.
Yeah.
And this is our collab show called JK.
The JK show.
And so if you guys like it, please let us know because I always enjoy having Jeff on here with me. But just to go back on the philosophy talk, Scott Lindsay done a phenomenal quote. Philosophy is for those who want a career in writing fortune cookie
fortune cookie cup fortune.
Yeah.
I just think that more than anything, I mean, one, we all love those fortune cookies.
We do.
When did you realize they were edible? Like, how early in life did you realize that the fortune cookie you could actually eat?
After 18 years old.
I was the same way.
I thought they were fake.
Yeah, I thought you were just like they were for the fortune delivery system.
And
but
now
you didn't eat them.
But my kids now know at an early age you can eat them. My parents didn't tell us you could eat them.
I didn't think so
They're
easy.
like, let's see what you got.
Yeah, I didn't realize because I don't think of it as like when I think of a cookie, I think chocolate chip. It's like this. I didn't think
it's that.
Yeah,
A wafer. It's like a wafer.
Yeah,
That's
this
the
is
best way to explain it.
obviously people are starting to understand. They're like, yeah, college wasn't for y'all.
No. Hey, who's laughing now though? Look at us now.
Yeah, we got
You
shows.
started your show in the garage.
Yeah.
I started my show in my kitchen.
Yeah,
Look at us now.
look at us now. We're thriving.
We're thriving.
Yeah,
But no, one
future
thing.
so bright. I gotta wear shades.
Yeah, when you moved, it is a little bright over here. No, I do want to say shout out to Miss Tina again. She loves it right now. She loves the show. Some of the stuff that you guys have been posting on the Warren County Way, and again, shout out to you and Lisa and everybody on there.
Yep.
But the most recent story, I want to just back. Well, we'll go this one. Okay.
No, you're fine.
I was gonna go to the other one, but we can do this.
Oh.
Which one you want me to do? The music or
Go
this
the
one?
first one. Yeah,
Okay.
go that one.
So, of course, the Levitt music grant
Mhm.
that it was so sad to hear that this year it's just as from how we're understanding it, it's just not happening this year,
Mhm.
and it's not going to penalize the McMinnville Main Street McMinnville for the next 2 years because it was a 3-year grant.
Yep.
Is how I understood it. But talk about all between myself, you, Solids, mean, from 8 a.m. to the time we got the press release to all the digging, I don't think we didn't go to bed till almost
It was late.
midnight.
It was very
or
late. Yeah.
Because we just kept finding more stuff,
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing that came down to it to me was I think
Yeah.
that we ended up, and I've used this reference before.
Mhm.
We kind of ended up in the Spider-Man meme where everybody's
Spider-Verse.
where everybody's pointing at one another about here's what happened, here's to me the crux of it, and I will shout them out too. But like I said, I don't have any problems with this. Town Talk with Robin Raven. Raven Young ended up answering a lot of the. I think she gave a little bit more insight to what everything was going on because I think she was involved in it as a person in Main Street McMinnville. There's sometimes when I think people think Main Street McMinnville is City of McMinnville.
Yeah.
So I think that became a little bit of
confusion.
confusion. Now that said, the City of McMinnville for a while had at least partially funded Main Street McMinnville via a $35,000 allotment that pretty much paid for the director of Main Street
at the
McMinnville.
time. Yeah.
Well, I think that everybody had been apprised for a while that was not going to be something that was going to continue to happen.
Right.
And that I think actually happened July 1st. I think it's no longer in the 26-27 budget. The date's a little bit fuzzy, but in general, that's what happened.
In the gist, yeah.
So all of a sudden you started talking about numbers. Well, the Levitt grant was for $40,000 for 3 years. So it could potentially be $120,000. Raven put out there that it was actually something that they thought they were going to get around $28,000. That was going to be a match grant. Now that's the thing that happens all the time to me when I hear about it in Warren County, and it kind of frustrates the life out of me. It's like, well, they just gave us money. Was it? Well, no, a match grant is they'll give you money if you can raise money. And then at the end of the day was, could we get to $28,000?
Yeah.
Well, how to get to that $28,000? It was half and half.
Yeah.
You could get in kind and you could have to have cash. So really we started talking about 40. Then we started talking about 28.
Okay.
Well, then we got down to 14. Well, 14 wasn't on hand.
No.
And now there's an idea of who didn't come up with $14,000. Well, Main Street McMinnville, when it comes down to it, did not come up. The nonprofit did not come down with $14,000. Now that doesn't mean that Hannah Cowan Jones, who's now the new executive director of Main Street McMinnville, didn't come up with $14,000.
We have to, I feel like we have set her aside from this.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean,
she's new.
Yeah, I mean, when this happened, Jennifer Flatt Meredith was the executive director when they secured it. But then Jennifer Flatt Meredith resigned in December. And in the moment of when she was resigning, she put it in her letter that there was some family, she wanted to be with the family, but she also knew that there were some financial issues that this place, that nonprofit was going to run into, that they were going to be hard to battle.
Yeah.
Personally, and this is just Jeff Simmons' take on this, is I think the moment that they went to, we are going to have to fundraise your job.
Yeah, the rest of your salary.
The rest of your salary. It became really hard to then additionally fundraise for this next concert series. You already had Main Street Live, which is a huge undertaking. You already had Farm to Table, and then all of a sudden you're starting to have to ask for more money and more money and more money from people, while also having to realistically ask for money for yourself.
Yeah.
I just think it became too much, and I think they realized that was something. That's how I interpret it. Now, people can say the city of McMinnville might have told them that. That's beyond that. That's
speculation.
That's speculation. Yeah. That's hearsay. Objection. If that happened, it didn't happen when it mattered.
Yeah.
When they had to cancel it, the city, people in the city just said, "Hey, we're not funding that." I think Mayor Ryle Chastain kind of came out and said that might have been information that was passed on, that we just said we were never in agreement of that. Right. That said, how it ended up falling apart was tragic for the community, because the community
supported it,
did want this. Now, people are going to say, "Well, Simmons, you didn't care." Of course, I didn't care. I mean, I can music every weekend.
Yeah.
There's a restaurant not a mile away, right behind where we're at right now, that plays music every weekend, so I can go get live music whenever I want. That said, there was a lot of people that just wanted to know the answer of why this happened, because you asked me to vote for it. Yeah. And we had it. And now, but that's also comes back to we had $40,000, Kelly. Where did our $40,000 go? We never had it. We had to come up with the match before that $40,000 is not. No one's going to say they didn't send us $40,000. We pocketed it and they said, "Hey, we're not going to do that anymore." That's not how it happened.
And my thing, to sum up, like what I took it as, whether you want to bundle everybody up in this, is there was just mismanagement everywhere.
Yep.
Somebody is not taking account. There's people not taking accountability. There's too many finger pointing. So that when I see that in a nonprofit and or a business, if you don't have your head rep, whether it's, the director or the president or what, or the marketing person in the organizations, when you don't see that happening, I just sum it up as mismanagement. And so, but at the end of the day, as if you read my article to the Warren Clay's article, the timeline's there. And so I think that's also where people get like, well, these are all the facts. Here's the receipts. What are we missing? The in-between stuff. And unfortunately, with a nonprofit, or I say not unfortunately, fortunately enough with a nonprofit, everything's public knowledge. So you just got to go and look for it. You can request it, all these things. And so I think between what we've done, what y'all have done collaboratively, I mean, this is all we know.
And again, too, I think I said a comment on here. Transparency is the issue blocking truth for nonprofit entities. We, the people, deserve or need to know. I think this is something that's going to be very interesting when we get back to next year. Kelly, Kelly, I went over to the county commission when they did the nonprofits. There's always been this idea of, I think the cities kind of moved themselves out of the nonprofit business. So now the county has kind of taken on that. I think this is going to be something that's going to be brought up again next time around of, okay, well, what is our funding going for? Are y'all going to use it? I mean, the county gave $6,400 to Main Street McMinnville last year. Will they continue to do that? It's tough. I mean, I would not be, it's not easy being in a nonprofit.
No, nonprofits are not easy in general.
Yeah, but to provide this, their idea is for the county, and we've been in those meetings before, multiple times, most of the time when they want to provide nonprofit funding, it is for something that is going to service the community and for the betterment of the community. I'm not saying that concerts aren't great for the community.
No.
I think the priority list is a little bit higher when you start talking about the Meals on Wheels, when you talk about the senior center, and obviously when you start talking about fire departments. I think that when you start, we need this concert series. We like the concert series. We need a fire department.
We need a fire truck to work to get to my house. You know what I'm saying?
So
I
think there's I think there's going to be I think this is going to be a continued conversation next year when the nonprofit start coming back up. And I think that, as you said, we can go back and reapply for Levitt. I think that there's no
Yeah.
problem there. I think that there's the avenue where this happens sometime in the next few years. There's no problem with that. Now, that said, there's going to be people in the community that are going to see this as a failure of using the abilities and the resources that we had or we were hoping to have. And then maybe they say, hey, then why are we worried about, let's fund something different next year.
And this kind of goes back to, when the city does things, and I don't mean any disrespect from what I'm about to say to this, the city and the county, they go out and they ask feedback from the public. Public puts it out there, and there's sometimes there's a magical unicorn. Two of them so far in my head is this, the fall concert series, and then the pool. The pool, like the indoor pool. And I bring this up because it is a touchy subject with me. But you put it out there, and they did a survey. What would you like more? And it was like nothing got competed with the indoor pool. And do we still have an indoor pool?
Yep.
And then when they put out surveys, what happens? Not as much participation. If you ask for your public's opinion and then you don't, I don't know, like give them what they need, or at least an answer of what they need to hear, they're not going to support you anymore. And so I say to this, with the election too being in here, look at your county and city officials. Are you happy with how you're being represented?
That's a great question.
If you're not, it's a no-brainer. Either stop talking about change and being the change, or go and find somebody, be like, hey, you would be really great, Jeff, to go, run in the city, right?
Oh, absolutely.
And then be like, I'll vote for you. Really, Kelly? Okay, yeah, I would. You know what I mean? You got to figure out what's the game changer for Warren County when you want these things to happen, if you want to see us grow. We can't keep complaining, as I would say on air, about it. Stop talking about change and be the change. Start a podcast. Start a podcast.
Start a movement. I think you're absolutely right when it comes down to it. If you're going to poll the community on the idea of what's going to happen or what you would like to happen, and then all of a sudden the community has an overwhelming support of a project, then you probably want to make sure that project has that you're doing everything you can within your power to make that happen. And when you don't, the community, like you said, is going to say
they'll remember it.
They're going to either say, A, who screwed up, or B, don't ask us anymore because you're just going to do whatever you want to do anyways.
The biggest thing with that, Jeff, they said, well, you complain when we don't participate, and when we do, we don't see anything happen. And that's reality. That's what people say. And I hate to say that.
And then that's all of a sudden you get into, you feed the trolls. Because all the people, it's a good old boy network. That's how the only 4 or 5 people are making decisions. And I was like, okay, well then all of a sudden you put that out there, and now you, like I said, you fed the trolls. But Chris Sullivan's got a good comment in there that
he says, commend the city of McMinnville for the decision they've made. It's not taxpayers' duty to make nonprofits feasible.
I think there's a lot of people that are going to start feeling that. I mean, even then, we put it out when it happened, and the county was voting on that. And there was a lot of people said, I don't even think government should be in the nonprofit business. Now, that said,
preach,
$500,000 of spending that went into nonprofits. Could those nonprofits survive without that? I don't know. The question that becomes in to me when it comes to supporting those nonprofits is it something that you would feasibly have to pay more if you undertook it as the county? Like if all of a sudden you're saying, okay, we're not going to fund Meals on Wheels anymore. And all the Meals on Wheels says, well, okay, we're not going to do it anymore. As a county, are you prepared to take over that kind of service or provide that kind of service? Or does it stop altogether?
To me, it would stop altogether.
Same thing. And I know Meals on Wheels isn't completely funded by their county, but I know that they give a little bit of money. Same thing with the senior center. Same thing with some of the fire departments, to me, would be something the county would probably have to undertake if they weren't helping fund that.
Correct.
Some of those other ones, I think, would fall by the wayside, and we would just no longer have those services in Warren County. So you're in a catch-22.
And to your point, I think if you're a municipality, you have to pay for those things, like the help with the police department, the sheriff's department, those things. That's why they should get stuff from the city.
And we should also point out that one of the biggest expenditures when it came to the nonprofit was the library. Well, that's state mandated.
And
You have to do that.
if they ask for any, by the way, if the library asked for more money and it was 5,000 more, then guess what? From this here on out, it can't get any.
Once it's set,
it's set.
Yeah,
it's done.
Yeah, so I think there's a lot of different things that you start thinking about when it comes to that. But if you're not prepared to take it over as a city or a county when it comes down to what the nonprofits are providing, then there is some idea of maybe we should just fund it and let them have that. That said, it's tough because then you get into I was in that room. Some people get told no. And you start wondering, why am I getting told no for $2,000, but they're getting $6,000
or $15,000 was one of them.
Or they're getting 15 or they're getting 20. Like who do they know that I don't type deal? You put yourself in some time. It's not an easy decision across the board when it comes down to it. That being said, what you're talking about. When you start talking about matching grants and when you start putting in the money that goes into it, I think that was one of the things where people in this instance, right it back up to the 11th thing is there was money.
There's money.
We had applied for it. People wanted it. Yeah. Why did we lose it? Well, we lost it because we couldn't come up with the $14,000 in cash on hand when it came to it. Go with Chris.
And then Chris said, I have no problem with supporting nonprofits like, was that McMinnville?
That's Meals on Wheels.
Meals on Wheels, Kids of the Community, etc. With the program changes their whole business model based on government funding, you may need to look at how it's being ran internally. And that's why I think that, and by the way, any nonprofit can get audited. You can actually go through the Secretary of State and file a complaint or file like, hey, you might want to like a true audit, is what it's called essentially. Because I did that with a nonprofit a couple of summers ago. And I actually had the Secretary of State call me and they were like, what's the problem? What do you think? And I'm like, I'm not an auditor, that I've put it in. You need to go look and check their records, but these things do happen. But we're going to take another quick commercial break for more from our sponsors. But when we get back, with election coming up,
we're going to talk some more money.
We're going to talk some more money.
We're going to talk money.
More money, more problems is what I say at this point. I wish your boy Connor was here to play that song, But we're going to take a quick break and more things coming. If you have any comments or questions you want to ask us while we're here, have we looked into this or that and then some? It's your own local Google right here, y'all. So, my bad. I got to learn a new phrase today. And remember, Warren County, keep it first.
Go Bucks.
I've had the honor of serving as your district attorney general. I spent my career fighting for our communities, prosecuting thousands of drug cases, securing convictions against child predators, protecting victims, and working alongside schools and law enforcement to keep our children safe. I've also taken on Big Pharma to help combat the drug crisis affecting our families. Experience matters. Results matter. I'm Lisa Zavianis, and I'd be honored to earn your vote for District Attorney General. Early voting starts July the 17th, and the general election is August the 6th. Experienced, proven, and ready to serve.
Looking to transform your yard or landscape? Randall Walker Farms in Morrison, Tennessee has the trees, shrubs, and plants you need to bring your outdoor vision to life. From beautiful flowering shrubs to shade trees and landscaping favorites, you'll find quality selections at prices you'll love. And don't forget our delicious frozen blueberries, perfect for smoothies, desserts, and healthy snacks year-round. Stop by Randall Walker Farms today and discover why so many Middle Tennessee families trust us for their landscaping needs. Randall Walker Farms, growing beauty 1 yard at a time. Trees, shrubs, landscaping, and farm-fresh frozen blueberries. Visit Randall Walker Farms in Morrison today.
Hey, this is Nick with Onan Staffing. We're hiring now for manufacturing, warehouse, and production positions across Middle Tennessee. At Onan, we connect hardworking people with great companies, weekly pay, and some of the best benefits around. Businesses needing dependable employees, our experienced team is here to help. Visit our McMinnville offices or apply online at onanstaffing.com. That's ONIN staffing.com. Onan Staffing, connecting great people with great opportunities.
Looking for the best selection, great prices, and hometown service? Make your next stop Worldwide Liquors in McMinnville. Whether you're planning a backyard barbecue, celebrating a special occasion, or simply picking up your favorite drink, Worldwide Liquors has everything you need, all in one convenient location. Friendly service, competitive prices, and an incredible selection make Worldwide Liquors Warren County's destination for beer, wine, and spirits. Stop by Worldwide Liquors today, conveniently located in McMinnville. Great selection, great prices, great service. Every visit.
I forgot to take that background out. It's all right. Oh, welcome back, Warren First 931. I'm your host, Joe Kelly Walker Slaughter.
I am Jeff Simmons, host of the Simmons Says Show, Warren County Sports Authority, Studio 605, Coaches Show, General Manager of the Warren County Way, Sports Editor of the Warren County Way, and also Advertising Director, probably.
Why don't you brag a little bit more, Jeff? Good Lord.
I work 7 days a week.
People don't realize, like, when over the weekend, I thought, oh, there's no reception in Rock Island. No one's going to bother me. 10:30 at night, Chris Sullins texts me, hey, girl, look at this. Yeah. And I was like, oh, my God. And I was fixing to go to bed. And I was like, okay. And then luckily I had my cousin Christy with me, and her just kept doing a deep dive, and I'm trying to text him back and forth. Oh, yeah. But anyways, it is election time in Tennessee.
Thursday, August 6th.
Oh my gosh, I am so ready for this to be over. I want to say I'm lifting it up and tearing it down. No, I've been doing this election coverage of stuff for quite some time, for the 15 years, and I will say that this is the first time in my career, whether it was with the radio or the podcast, that this has been to me an exciting turnout of people, whether for the pros and cons. Yep. It's brought people off the mountain, as I said. The crazy is out. The crazy is out. Oh, yeah. But it's brought people in that, there's some people I've talked to, Jeff. One particular was Brandon Knight. He was like, I don't know if I'm going to win against Gary Prater and Cole Taylor, but I want people to know that have come to me and has expressed opinions. Like, it's time I feel like it's time not to say a change, but it's time for somebody else to step up and say, hey, I'd like to do this too. Yeah. And I think that's really great. That's why we live in this, this community like this. But with that said, this is part of the show on August the 6th at 6:30 p.m. Woo! Oh gosh, it's going to be
much better than AM.
So. Right, same. I don't know if I can make it, but at 6:30 p.m. we're going to be live at the administrative building right across from we're all going to be in the hallway. Yep. It's going to be the gambit of all media companies will be down there. I did email over the weekend. We emailed everybody the press release for this, and I want to tell everybody, I encourage each and every one of you that is a candidate, whether you're the incumbent, whether you're incumbent, or if you are also an opponent. Yep. If you want to come on our show and just talk and say you're thankful for, grateful for, this has been a great one, this hasn't been a great one, we would love to have you on the show. And we are an equal opportunist here. And so if you did not get that email, or please, I shared it on our social media as well. I'm going to share that today. Yep. Tag somebody in it, because we didn't get everybody's emails when it first came out, and the emails we do have got shot back to us. So if anybody has James Farrell's, for instance, I'm going to call that one out. There you go. Please let him know he is welcome to come on the show. And this is also too for the primaries too, the primaries and the local elections. Yeah. But with that said, we've been talking about all this money, all this stuff. And also too, did you get any more sponsors before I
no. You can,
okay. Yeah. Tomorrow is the last day. If you want to do sponsorship, we have 2 spots left. Yeah. Dose. And our biggest one, we want to shout out to Wingate Group. Okay. The real estate firm. Yeah. I'm trying to remember all of them, but they are presenting sponsors for that night. So you're going to see a lot of them. And then as the week goes through, we're going to be sharing their commercials, their advertisement. Guys, we can't do what we do without the support of not just you as the watchers, but you as the business people that, support us, you see that that you like what we're doing.
Yeah.
And so invest in us, because I'm telling you, we just got off. Well, during the break, somebody said they watched their show and now a 10-year-old signed up.
Well, we heard the phone ringing during the last segment.
I love it.
Yeah,
But
Wingate Group, that's big time. Brandon Wingate.
Him and Joannish and all them.
Yeah, hey, they must be in the media game or something, because I think they're
everywhere.
They got the old Southern Standard building.
They did.
So.
They did get the old Southern Standard building.
Yeah. And then I also shout out to the Wingate Group. Added an absolutely great person to the team last week. I think so. Chad Young.
Oh my gosh.
If you know Chad Young, I think he coached at taught at Irvin College for years and years, coached middle school baseball around here. Chad's as good as it gets. So the moment that I saw that he was a part of that team, I knew that they were probably they're
going in the right
They're
direction.
assembling the right people. Of course, I know Brandon a little bit from where his kids wrestled, and they actually were at Boyd for a little bit, and wrestling's going on the same time girls basketball is going on. So I got to talk to Brandon. He stand-up guy in a stand-up business. So
I love that.
Congratulations to them.
I love that.
It's always fun too when you're presenting sponsors, also just people that you really, really enjoy and really like. It's easier. It's an easy sell.
It is an easy sell. It's family. At the end of the day, we all want to work well together, and we want to play in the sandbox well together, and we just want to grow together. But thanks for pulling that up. So you want to talk about for the early voting, which was July 17th through August the 1st. What was the final total?
According to this great graphic from Warren First 931, you can check them out at facebook.com/Warren First 931. And also they probably have podcasts and YouTube pages and everything else on that.
Thank you.
Total as of July 17th all the way up to August 1st, there were 5,073 ballots cast in Warren County.
I think that was a heck of a turnout. I was going to ask Susie today what her quote is on that.
Yep.
Have y'all got to talk to her yet?
I have not.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Lisa's under the weather, but also too.
I think Lisa's reaching out to her today. I think so I just saw on the Warren County the website, which you can go to thewarrencountyway.com, that there was a pet of the week posted. So I think Lisa's back
she's
in the
in
office
it.
today. And she said I think she was going to be working on a little bit of the local race fundings and all that. We posted yesterday about more of the district attorney race, which is state, which means all their funding is through the state website, so you can see all that.
And then if you noticed on that graphic, guys, it talked about all the Republicans who voted, the Democrats who voted, and then it says general. Again, I want to remind everybody that the number of the generals like that, because those people voted or opted out of doing the primary.
Okay.
They didn't vote primary.
Yeah. Okay.
They just voted for.
I saw some people in your comment section like, there's more than just Democratic and Republican. I was like, yeah, but I think what you were trying to report is there were, when you go in there, there was general election, there was Republican primary, there were Democratic primary. And when you can vote, if you decided to vote in the Republican or the Democratic primary, you also were voting in the general election.
You voted for all of it.
And if you have went to and have voted, you know that because they tell you that. They tell you right in there, like, hey, if you vote in one of these two, you will also vote in the general, or you can just vote in the general. So that's 5,073. I will say a wide
Republicans showed
number.
up this time.
3,816 Republicans, 927 Democrats, 330 general, according to this graphic. So 3,816, 927. So that's about a 4-to-1 ratio when it comes to Republicans versus Democrats in the primary. And of course, there's going to be some big state elections, and some of those also will be involving people that'll be representing Warren County.
That is true.
And those, so it'll be interesting to see how those shake out.
I'm wondering how it's going to turn out with the state. And then the biggest thing, we have so many topics to talk about, but talking about money wise, you guys at the Warren County Way, great article, by the way.
Thank you.
Tell everybody, over $100,000 in counting for the DA's race.
I think it's actually pushed over to $150,000. I think we might have lowballed it a little bit when it came to that. I know it's over $100,000, and I think as the reports are continue to come in, over $150,000 spent in advertising, in trying to get signs, all the consulting, billboards, everything, to try to see who's going to end up being the 31st district, the district 30 for the first district, the district attorney. And it's going to either be Matt Culver who is taken over by Bill Lee, appointed to fill in as an interim for Chris Stanford's term last year. And he's done this for about a year now, it seems like. And then you got Randall Goon, who's never been district attorney, but challenged for that job. And then you have Lisa Zavianis. And she had it for 2 terms, so 16 years. So I put in a column that I wrote last week, as Simmons says, a mailbag where people were asking about this. I think you have 3 very different candidates that represent 3 different pathways of what you would potentially want on this. Do you want to go back to the way it was? Well, you have the ability to vote for someone who served in there for 16 years. Do you want a continuation in some aspects of what the 2022 vote happened? Do you want to continue that? Well, Matt Culver was in the office and was appointed there. Or do you want a complete changing of the guard? And that, to me, would be a Randall Gilliam vote because he's never been the district attorney, so he could change. So technically, he could come in there and he might do it completely different.
Completely different.
And now, when we say completely different, I'm not saying he's going to come in there and clean house and do all this stuff. I'm just saying that there's a different leadership style that you've not seen before.
We have not seen him in a DA role like the other 2 as of right now. And so that's the difference maker. And the other thing is, the crazy bit about it is Lisa, Matt, and Randall all know each other because Matt and Randall worked under Lisa
at a time.
At a time. And so everyone has the qualifications
They've all been
to
in
be one of the district attorneys for Warren County and Van Buren County. But like you said, which one is it going to be? And listen, people have asked me, I know they probably asked you, like, how you think it, people ask me, did I do an exit poll? Did I do this? Listen, I have so many different circles, just like Jeff does, and they come up and they're like, man, tell us. I really, truly think when it comes to the DA's race, and again, I wish all of them nothing but the best of luck, because at the end of the day, everybody that came out and vote, because there's voter integrity here in Warren County. If they vote for Matt Culver because they think that that's who people think is the best representation for Warren County, then he's going to be our DA. Same thing for Randall or Lisa. So, and you just got to go with it. But at the end of the day, I really think it's going to be a close race because there's, first of all, 3 of them. One of these people need to come out. Like, let's start with Van Buren County. If Van Buren County votes 35 to 40% in favor of one of those 3 candidates,
very likely
that if when they come to the Warren County side of things, if they have at least 25 or 30% of the vote in Warren County, that person's going to win. Who that might be, I don't know. I honest to God don't know. I've heard it from all sides of strings. I've heard why people want to vote for Lisa and why they don't want to vote for her. I've heard why they like Randall or don't like Randall. And the same thing with Culver. I've heard it all. But I think it's going to be a close race. I think now I have to change my number from last I talked to you last time. I said 10 to 20 votes. I'm going to say 50 to 100.
50 to 100 inside this. Well, as you were talking about that, went back and looked. August 4th, 2022, according to the Tennessee Secretary of State office, Chris Stanford won Van Buren County 1,078 to 955. So you're talking about 2,000 votes that are up there in Van Buren County that, honestly, you just said it. If you got 40% of 2,000, you're talking about 800 votes. And, in a 3-person race, if you get 800 and they're splitting 1,200, you win by 200. You just said it. I mean, we know this. We know how much Van Buren County matters in this race because we saw it when Lisa Z defeated Tim Purtle. She lost Warren County and won the election. Now we're saying she lost Warren County by 8 votes. 8 votes.
It wasn't.
But she lost Warren County, so Van Buren County put her in the office. Van Buren County very likely will be could be the deciding factor on who wins this race. So when you start talking about campaigning, when you start talking about where you're spending your money, and there, you have to hit both places.
I'm curious.
And we've been spending. Well, there's been some money spending going on. Lisa Z wins that one if you want that straw poll.
Oh, okay. And by the way, all this is public record. You can find this as well.
Yeah, you can go to the. In fact, if you want to, you can go to tn.gov. I've been just searching campaign finance in Tennessee. It'll take you to an online campaign finance. You can Type in
Look
their
it up.
last names if you know how to spell them, and you're good to go.
There you go.
Yeah, I know how to spell all of them, including Xavier's.
There, yeah.
She
it's
taught
hard.
me. She taught me last week. Yeah.
Did she?
Yeah. Well, I asked her. I knew. I was
okay.
pretty close on it.
Okay.
I always ZAVA is what I used to put, but it's ZAVO.
Yeah.
But I got the Giannis part because I watch basketball a lot.
Yeah. I just call her Lisa Z at the time. That's how I write it out.
I think she told me that it took her 6 or 8 months to kind of get it
her
all.
name.
Yeah.
Oh,
I still
that's
think that
her.
she was worried about. I mean, yeah, we're probably still
Pronouncing
butchering
it, yeah.
completely wrong.
She just never changes it.
Yeah, if we went over to Greece, they'd be like, "You're saying this completely wrong."
Yeah.
But they would.
I think
yeah,
that's
also they would say,
Giannis at one point. Like it's some mafia.
Yeah.
I want to be like if you want to sound mafia style.
She's gonna love that. She's gonna love that. She's gonna love that tie. No, yeah, it's just a lot of. I mean, there's been a lot of money spent on this campaign, and there's a lot of money that's probably going to continue to be spent all the way up to Thursday. And there's a lot of work to still be done because, 5,000 votes, early voting. I mean, last time in Warren County in 2022, Giannis and Chris Stanford, 51-51 to 35-66. My quick math on that is about 8,700 votes. So we still got at least, we're hopeful there's going to be at least 3,000 more. I always thought that early voting and day of voting is about 50-50. So if we could hit 10,000, I think that'd be tremendous.
I put out there, I said, I want 10,000 votes.
I want 10,000
I want
local
10,000 votes because we have over 25 registered voters here.
25,000.
25,000,
Yeah.
thank you.
I was on 25.
Well, I'm thinking 1,000 in my head, but thank you.
Yeah.
But no, we have over 25,000 voters here in Warren County. And right now, 5,000 have showed up, over 5. So we need to show up a little bit more, come out of the woodwork, and I will say this over and over. You can go in there and talk to Susie anytime this week and say, hey, let me know what my precinct is so I know where to go vote on August the 6th, because you're not going to get to go to those early voting places anymore. And then also, too, make sure you have your ID. If for some crazy thing you've had a last name change or an address change, those things do matter because you don't want to go show up. For example, my precinct is Shellsford Road. You don't want to go show up at the church and then you're like, but your ID says Wheeler Road. Oh, wait, I got to go somewhere else. But, so I'm just saying you don't want to, you want to know where to go. I also want to say to shout out to all our sponsors for that night. I got it in my little pink book. It's over there somewhere. Yeah. I forgot to grab it. But we want to, of course, thank Volunteer
Berry
Berry.
LLC.
They're part of it. Also, the Wingate Group, Pro Plumbing Plus, Insecto Exterminators, McMinnville Drug Center, Layer Lab 3D, Tree City Cafe Inn and Well, Cowell Law is a new one of ours, Paul Holder, Gateway Tire, and Randall Walker Farms.
Wow.
So we got a lot.
Got a lot to get to.
We got a lot.
That's going to be
so,
good. Yeah.
So again, and then I think Solon said y'all are going to work on the food, or if y'all decide where y'all going.
Who knows?
I'm going to say Praters. Is this what it is?
We have a meeting coming up here in about an hour, so I would say that'll probably be something that we'll discuss when it comes to that. But
I like chicken tenders.
Yeah,
just,
you're probably. I think you're probably on the right path.
Yeah. I will say this though, Jeff. After August the 6th, I am going on a diet.
Okay.
From catfish, Mexican food, and Praters. I love you, Gary.
Wow.
Barbecue, anything chicken.
Yeah.
Because I've been to so many meet and greets, so many functions, and had one of those 3.
Yeah. I think you're right on the right track there. Yeah, I'm not going on a diet. That's never happening. But I think the idea that you're either eating barbecue or you're eating chicken tenders or you're eating catfish at almost every one of these, or just a good old-fashioned hamburger.
Oh my god!
Now that being said, I don't think you'll ever give up a hamburger because they're always tremendous.
Delicious.
But I think everybody really wants to. I think everybody really wants to get through this. Candidates can't say it; they won't say it. But this is such a grind. It's such a grind.
It is.
And we should. And I've tried to say this every single time that I've had a candidate on our show or on our program. I'm very thankful for the people that went out there and put their name on the ballot because 100%. It takes a lot of guts to put yourself out there, whether or not you win or if you win, that's great. That's tremendous. But the people that are going to lose on Thursday night, and there will be losers. Yeah. There's going to be people that are not going to win. And if they're going to feel like, it didn't work out. Well, you know what? You got one more vote than 39,900 people in Warren County got on Thursday. Because there's a lot of us that just said, you just said we have 25,000 registered voters. Yeah. Well, we don't have 25,000 people running for this. We have probably 100 locally. And that's probably a high number on that. So if you ran and you got a vote, you still beat 24,000 other people that did not want to put their name in
there. And I think the reason so many people are showing up is because there's more people coming out to represent Warren County, you know, with the opponents and stuff. And I've enjoyed the debates. I've enjoyed the interviews we've had, the interviews you've had. And again, this is just the start of something awesome with Warren First. Simmons says, Warren County, Joy, all of us, all of them. Because again, we just want to go big or go home. I will say this, if you haven't seen my post, guys, about this, people are asking, is there any way we can watch it just because if they're standing in the lines at the polls, if I can get enough sponsorship, the sound guy, the sound machine, video truck is going to be hopefully set up shop at, again, we try to figure out where we could go. The lot right there. Wow. So it's 2 locations to serve you, but because there's 2 voting areas over there. Yeah. So, but if you can't watch us on, the phone or on your laptop or on your smart TV, you can watch us on that. The video truck is going to be doing two of one things. They're either going to play the audio while playing commercials, or they're going to be actually playing the visual as well. Oh yeah, I've been working on that on the side over the weekend. You're very welcome.
That's awesome.
Go big or go home, as I say.
Yeah, and I was put me on the big screen. Yeah. I am a big screen. I'm made for the big screen.
His mom always said you're made for the big screen.
I'm a billboard when it comes to that. Yeah, and again too, if you want to, you can check out a little bit more of our reporting on the Warren County Way. Getting back into a little bit of that, I was just trying to do the quick math. You said that we have 5,000 voters. So you think about it, when there's $150,000 spent amongst the candidates, that's $30 per voter that's going on right now. So, and I still think, those cupboards aren't bare.
No.
They still have a few $1,000s each that they're going to probably put out. They're going to try to make that last little bit of push when it comes to that. Lisa Z's spending, I think when we got down to it, was $75,260.74. Randall Gilliam's $41,576.67, and Matt Culver's was $35,939.29 through June 30th. Because when I wrote this, there was a pre-report that was supposed to be filed,
the deadline
that wasn't in there. It has since been filed now, so I think that total is now up to, with Matt's, it's actually surpassed Randall's when it comes to it. So I think it's around $42,000 now, or $44,000, $44,076.33. So spending when it comes to that, but yeah, that was
what do you think?
Too, when it comes to the reporting, when it came down to it, was you start seeing those numbers, and the one thing that you did see is that Lisa had filed hers, Randall had filed hers, Matt's came out probably about 4 or 5 hours after we posted this one.
Yeah.
So it's now complete when it comes to that. When you see the numbers and where they're spending, it's crazy. It also makes me think that when we start talking about advertising and all that, I'm like, man, I was like, you winning an election every year. It sounds like.
I would love an election every year. Can y'all just give me the $100,000? I'll split it with Jet. 50 over here, 50 over there.
Yeah.
Now,
there was a lot of billboards, you start thinking about, it's also too, it's the one time when you start realizing just how many advertising pathways there are in Warren County. Is I start thinking about, you think there's the Standard, which is news, there's the radio station, which is Main Street Media, and then there's our stuff that you can advertise
community
on.
TV,
community TV, bills. But I was like, other than that, no. Then you realize, no, there's billboards. There's billboards everywhere. in town, and you can go do that. But
exposure advertising is another one I didn't know about until just a few weeks ago.
So you start going through there. If you want to go look and see exactly how that broke down, it was a lot of money and a lot of ways to do it. Now, that said, I'm always interested in seeing how people want to do. Are you going to focus more on billboards? Are you going to focus more on radio? Are you going to focus more on the paper? Are you going to focus more on podcast? These new shows. How are you going to do it? And I think there's been some people that have mixed, some people that have went into different
one
ways
side
there.
Of things. Yeah.
The one is I will say this. Just I think it's just been funny to me is the cinnamon bread Dollywood giveaway.
Oh,
that one to me,
that was new.
That's the newest one that I've seen.
Yeah,
that's the newest way that I've seen. Getting your name out of that one. That was one that I've
seen that done before.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Yeah, that was the first one that I was like, whoa. I was like, well,
and I still don't know if that's like allowed or not because I've never because you never seen it. Like, is that right? Is that done?
I know that it was always the one to me is like I don't know if Dollywood be super on board with that, but I don't know. I don't work. It's not my.
I don't work. That's above our pay grade.
That's way above our pay grade. I'm sure that. I mean, when it comes down to it, there's also two different things that are in work when it comes to how you spend your advertising. When it comes to advertising, is how responsible is the candidate?
Yes.
For what they're doing, and how responsible is the media company for what they're doing? Yeah. Because in some aspects, if the candidate is sold something, then in some aspects they're like, okay, then I assume that what I'm buying is upfront and legal. So is it legit? And stuff like that. But I think there's that was the one that
accountability across the board.
Yeah, accountability across the board when it comes down to it. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I do want some cinnamon bread, so that might change my whole thought process on this.
I never done that. By the way, when it comes to giveaways online, I've never registered because I just didn't want anybody to have my information or number because in case they call me, because you get put on that list. List, you can never get off that list.
Yeah.
They say you can, but you can't.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say, Sydney says, I don't understand why it costs so much to run campaigns, but to get your name out there, you have to pay. And, there's always been I want to say the stigma or the go-to, whoever spends the most money, normally 9 times out of 10 wins. But, that, again, that's just a statistic. I don't think that can happen all the time,
Well, 62% of all statistics are made up anyways.
Right. Yeah. Somebody asked me.
I just made that one up. So
there you go.
I don't know if that's necessarily the case. I think Sydney's right. I mean, there obviously here's what happens when it comes to me, when it comes to money and campaigning is someone else did it, so I have to do it.
Yes.
And that's when the money starts, starts stacking and stuff like that. I don't think you necessarily have to.
We see that in the media company. They're like, oh, you're on my show. We got to go on Simmons' show. That's how it's done.
Yeah. And that happens. But when it comes to just overall spending money, aside from T-shirts that, inevitably you have to pay to get those made, and the signs when it comes to that. Otherwise, when your name's getting out there, sure, you're going to have to spend money if you want to.
Yeah.
But Kelly, you put your name out there.
I have.
And I think you did it probably without having to advertise that. The Warren County Way.
The best organic way possible.
The Warren County Way has done that. So, you can get your name out there without having to spend a lot of money. That said,
Yeah. I remember when I told y'all, you're like, how much did this cost to get started? And you're like, no way. No way.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes way.
Yeah. But
I think if you have the gumption, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah. Now that said, we've done it. So now you're saying the easier way, because we've had to do this over the span of years, where in an election, you're like, I don't have time to do this over 4 or 5 years. So let me go and partner with people that are going to be able to get that name out there. So that's why we saw that. Yeah. That said, you can look at the reporting. Warren County Way,
$0. Yeah. Great news stories on there all the time.
Yeah, so we got that. We got nothing.
You can hear it on.
That's why I have no problems just ripping people if I need to.
Because you're not going to lose anything. Like you still got a job.
It's free. Website's free.
Yeah. No, but if you ever want to keep up with what's going on in the community, I can't tell you. You don't need to go anywhere else. Honestly.
Appreciate you.
Thank you. Because you're going to see stories from mine that's in theirs sometimes, vice versa.
Yep.
In the local voice today, there's 2 or 3 stories from the Warren County Way that's in there, 2 from Lisa, 1 from Jeff.
Yep.
And then also, too, when I pull those stories, WCPI,
hey.
91.3 FM, you're also going to hear their stories, our stories, and everybody else's.
That's where
Like
I got my start.
Did you?
Yeah, that's where I got my start in radio.
I love that.
15 years old. I was working at WCPI.
Oh, now you're
for three.
That's a good story, Jeff.
Sophomore, junior, and senior year, I worked at for 3 years. I worked at WCPI. Yeah. I even
Boyd and all them?
No, it was
there?
Dr. Rome.
Okay.
My grandfather was a part of the station, so I got to go over there and work, and was actually recorded a lot of Bill Zeckman's shows, his little crossfire that he did with Thomas B. Vaughn.
Yes.
And I would record that, and then of course he did the Sunday showcase. He bring in all that. So yeah, I worked at WCPI for 3 years, and I always people ask like, how did you get into this whole thing? And I'm like, I don't know. I went to go get a business degree, but then I think back, I was like, well, at 15 years old, I was on the radio doing shows, and by the time I was 7, we were calling games and had a sports radio show. So I don't know.
But again, guys, today has been such a phenomenal showcase.
Yes.
Again, if you have any questions, whether it's for me or for Jeff, make sure you comment below. Let us know what you think about the show as well. Before we go, tell everybody what is coming up on the Warren County Sports Authority. You and your dad's show, all that. Yeah, plug away.
Warren County Sports Authority on Wednesday night, we'll have Coach Bobby Luna, who was it was in Warren County in the 90s. He actually was Chris Sullins' basketball coach when Sullins was playing for the Pioneers.
This is going to be a good
So
one.
I think we'll have a lot of different good stories that come out of that on Wednesday night. That'll be at 5 p.m. again from Studio 605 over there on 605 Morrison Street. Friday, as always, do the father and son show. So it'd be nice to get Dad in the day after the election, because I know he's going to have some wisdom that he's learned over all this. Right now, trying to finalize a little bit about who I'm going to have on the show tomorrow and who I'm going to have a show on Thursday. I'm working on that on Tuesday. Thursday, I'm not having any candidates on.
No,
it's election. It's election day. I don't think that. Well, it's not just that. It's just the fact that I just don't. I feel like, for transparency and fairness, I don't think that I want to put one voice out there on day of. So nobody. It won't be an election type third person on Thursday. If it's somebody else, we might bring in some sports talk or somebody like that on Thursday. Again, too, the coaches show that we're working on, Coach Ballou and I are trying to work out a time. I think there's this afternoon probably isn't going to work out, but him and Michael Thrower doing a great job on that. Back it up Terry tomorrow night there. He will actually be bringing in.
I love Back It Up Terry.
He's got Josh Roberts coming up.
I know.
Who will not be sweating on Thursday night.
No.
He is in good shape when in his election.
I think he's one that said he would come and talk to us. Because, I mean,
he's just going to say, hey, thank y'all. The moment that he cast his ballot for himself, presumably, he's won. So he's in good shape.
All they need is one vote, by the way. Any of these uncontested races, they just need one vote.
Yeah, so hopefully they show up and vote for themselves. And that'd be always a great question, is how many of these people are voting for themselves, which I would assume is 100%.
I'm not going to lie. If I run for something, I'm voting for myself.
Why would you?
Because one vote matters.
It could matter.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, and then beyond that, again, too, we're working on maybe developing a new show. I think we're going to have somebody come in and record this week. We'll be on the lookout for that. And we've also had somebody come in last week. They were recording. We're still doing the final edits on that. So we have a lot of different things going on in Studio 605. And, of course, we're actually the meeting that we're having today is with the Upper Cumberland reporters to try to finalize all that, because we're going to be at the football games on Friday nights this year.
I know you. We will be there.
Yes, we're going to be.
So challenge accepted. When Sullins called me, I said challenge accepted.
Yeah, a lot of things in the works, and again, too, it's going to come all together. But it's been fun. Warren First, Warren County Way. I mean, we're doing a lot of good things together. I appreciate that, and we're going to keep doing this. I think we're the frequency as we get the elections have been chaotic for both of us right now, but I think this is something that we were hoping to commit to first and third Mondays of the month
after this dies down.
Yeah, so maybe the 17th I'll be back over here. We might even do some things where we bring you over to Studio 605.
Just tell me when.
Yeah, the JK show. We're gonna keep formulating that, and then of course too, I think that all culminates in a little bit of a fair run we're ready to do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think
we're gonna be throwing it down.
Yeah.
Funnel cakes and then some.
Yeah, so I think that's gonna be the big time, is when the JK show really hits its stride, is right around the fair. We've got some had some conversations.
We have.
We should say. So I think you might be able to see us over.
We're going to have a lot of people on their toes during the fair, Jeff.
Yeah.
I think so.
Well,
I mean, I like keeping people on their toes.
Yeah.
They were like, Kelly, what do you like? They always tell me before you guys came out and stuff, they're like, what does Warren First do? And I said, all of it.
Everything. Yeah.
And it's something new all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, but are you going to ever stop? No, absolutely not. That's boring. That's boring.
Will we ever quit? No. We want some more. We want some more. She's going.
I will not quit.
Remember Titans on here.
I know.
I like it.
But with that too being said, tomorrow, before I forget, I got to do a shameless plug. Tomorrow is going to be the first show of Cannon First 615. Woodbury, we're coming to you.
Go, Megan.
So Megan Farrell Reed, everybody knows there's Megan Farrell, Boyd Christian alum there. She is going to be hosting the show. Now, we're going to start doing on Mondays and Fridays is the normal, but tomorrow was their only available date. So
awesome.
Tuesday will be the first official show. We do have a ton of lineup. We're going to have the Cannon County's football coach is going to be coming on and talking with us. She's got a hell of a lineup, guys. So make sure you do that. Tom Davis is coming on tomorrow with us as well. We're going to talk to the owners of Rustic Ground. We're also going to have Nick from owning staffing come on, and we're going to be giving away tickets to. I wish Christy. I think she sent it to me. We're going to be giving away tickets. I want to say a family 4-pack, but I don't. Want to say it wrong. But it's like the truck series in NASCAR, and I don't know what it's called.
Yep.
I'm not a NASCAR person, so
don't look at me and ask me off. Don't put me on the spot on this one.
Okay.
I will say that
Charlotte,
I think Megan's going to be great at this. I think that she's going to be a really good representative. Ask them what they think when you get them on there. Ask them. Warren County, Cannon County's football game this year.
Yeah, what they do?
They're coming. They're coming to.
That'd be a good
they're
question.
coming to Nunley. He's now. Granted, that's going to be in late. I think that's in late October, so I don't think he's really worried about that right now.
But still, you never know. But okay, so they're giving away tickets to the NASCAR Hall of Fame on top of the weekend getaway raffle, where you get to do the whole entire truck series.
Okay,
it's like the EcoSave 200, the NC 300, and then 4 general admission passes to the VIP treatment to go see the Hall of Fame at NASCAR.
Chris Owens, you can't win.
No, if you work with me,
you're too tight. You're too tight in. We apologize.
Yeah, it's like family. Kate Walker always hated it. Gage hated it.
Yeah.
They're, can I not win Student of the Week? No, you're my son.
You can win it on Warren County way, though.
You can, yes, yes. We just won't tell people, but now they know. But again, we're going to be raffling that off. You're going to see a QR code on tomorrow's show. And of course, Families in Crisis, all the money donated and raised is going to go to them because, again, we just talked about nonprofits earlier. So, but every Monday and Friday, we're going to be doing for the next couple of months, we're going to be over helping Megan get her situated until she can fly her wings. But I want to say thanks to everybody, to Kelly Walker Slaughter. One vote can make a difference. Christy's watching us. Shout out to my cousin. Samuel Bliven says it was hard voting. All our great picks have the qualifications and experience needed to get both counties. I voted for Matt because it seems he wants to bring families together. There you go.
Everybody finds their reasons.
And he also said earlier, why fix when it's not broken? So he voted like Terry Belly said, Matt, Ryan Sexton, and Matheny.
Yeah.
All in. So respect. I'm glad that, we all voted.
I was going to say, I mean, when you look back into 2022, 2026, if you feel like in the last 4 years that you've been fairly representative and representing Warren County, then there's incumbents in almost every single one of those races. Yeah. Of course, Matt is the interim incumbent, but that makes sense. Perfect sense. There's 100%. A lot of people. There's going to be a lot. And I think this is always the same thing we talk about all the time. It's very hard to beat an incumbent. Yeah. It's not that it's impossible, because it did happen in 2022 in the DA's race and in the sheriff's race.
That's correct.
But it is not. And Terry Bell flip-flopped against Jimmy Haley on this. So we've seen it before. That said, it's usually pretty hard to beat an incumbent. All the incumbents out there, and right now, I would say it's their race.
Yeah, it's their race
until we get there on Thursday night and someone tells me different. Yeah. I think it's all. I think they're in the driver's seat when it comes to
Well, I'm just glad I got Jeff with me because I hate dealing with numbers.
Yeah.
And so the only reason I knew what I spouted off earlier is because I called my other friend Jeff and I'm like, hey, you're a numbers guy. Please tell me what I need to say on the show. And he told me so. But no, guys, tune in as each week. All of us have something amazing going on. I say it again, if you want to stay informed of what's going on in Warren County and beyond, you're looking at them right here. We have such a great staff on both ends that everybody always asks, how do you get to where you go? So it's because of the people that we have with us.
100%.
But guys, thank you so much. We're going to close out. It is Monday.
Go ahead.
And we're going to close out with a word of prayer. Of course, I think with going back to school, there's so much I could talk about all day, but going back to school, we need to pray for the teachers, the staff, the students, the traveling, the police officer, all that's working that. And also say a big, huge blessing to the people that haven't voted yet to encourage them to go vote and then some. So bow your head with me, guys. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this day that you've given us. We just want to lift you up. And we want to lift up everybody that watched the show today, God, as a blessing to me and Jeff and everybody, and continue to just keep giving me and Jeff the energy that we need to continue on doing what we're doing here, Lord. Be with the back to school folks as kids are getting back into routines, as well as teachers and then some, and just give them peace and comfort as they are getting reestablished back into the school swing of things. Also, please be with all the Warren Countyans and everybody that's all the people that are voting, God, and just give them the strength that they vote with their heart and their mind, and that they vote what they know what's right to them, and that who best represents them, God. And no one, and also I want to pray it against, nobody needs to vote or shame nobody, Lord, because that's why we live in this great county, this great country of ours, where we have the right to vote freely and willingly, God. Be with us as the week continues. Guide us, lead us, and direct us the way we should. And in your name, amen. Guys, as always on my show, I say you can either be a blessing or a curse. We here at Warren First choose to be a blessing. I got to turn this around because it's bothering me because my finger's not that way. But anyways, we choose to be a blessing. And remember, Warren County,